What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I know y'all thinking he not making another video, bro. Y'all gonna see about 5-6 videos from me about this fight. This is a fight of the year. I'm milking this content because it's not just me making videos for no reason. It's a lot of shit I got to talk about, man. The future of both fighters. What fight this reminds me of. And this is gonna be the video what fight this reminds me of. I said it once, I'll say it again. This fight, Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford, reminded me of Diego Chico Corrales versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. If you remember that fight, and I was a little itty bitty boy, like at the time I'm just trying to grasp boxing, but as I got older, I always go back to that fight to talk about. I used to watch that fight to marvel at Floyd Mayweather's speed, hand speed, his power shots. Bro, when Floyd was in the lower weight class, pretty boy Floyd was a fucking animal, a dog, right? When you want to see a hand speed difference, like when you want to see a dude that just purely is outclassing another individual, you can look at Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, but you can look at Floyd Mayweather and Diego Corrales. It really mirrored that fight to me. Some people will say Arturo Gatti because of how Errol's face was looking, but outside of them, and he was getting peppered with shots, right? I say this is a little different because Errol landed more shots than Arturo than me. Like, I promise y'all, I watched that fight. When I watched that fight, Arturo probably landed about 30 shots, 30 punches. I don't give a fuck what CompuBox said. I didn't even see him hit half of the shots that Errol hit Terence Crawford with. Like, seriously. And Errol's shots were not effective because by that point, Errol wasn't putting enough mustard on his punches, and he don't have the Deontay Wilder power to get Terence to respect his power enough to where it's like, oh shit, I got to be careful, because I think Errol can crack for sure, but it was just that Terence knew if he hits me with one, I'm going to hit him with three, and he's not going to sit here in this pocket and continue trying to pound away at me because he knows what's coming, right? But Errol was still trying to be relentless and still trying to do it. He was still trying to do it. And that was really his pride and his heart. He fought on pride and heart. And he said, you know what, man? But as I said before, sorry, I had to take a phone call real quick. My dog called me back. I'm talking to him about the fight, all of it, explaining what was going down, what went wrong, so on and so forth. But yeah, this fight reminds me of Floyd versus Diego Chico Corrales, man. Hand speed difference immediately. And it was nothing Chico could do that night to stop Floyd. It was nothing Errol Spence could do tonight to stop Terence Crawford. He was having his way. And to be honest with y'all, I noticed Bud took his foot off the gas. He got a lot of respect for Errol. He likes Errol a lot. And I don't think he wanted to, he decided to carry him because he could have kept picking up the pace. For about a round or two, he was carrying Errol. He was carrying Errol for about two rounds. He carried Errol. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he really wanted to hurt him that bad for real. And he saw that Errol was taking a beating. You know what I mean? And Errol got too much pride to sit down and lay down. He got too much heart. He got too much heart for that. Got too much heart inside of him to stop and just fall down. Derrick James didn't want to stop it because, a lot of times, sometimes you want to let your fighter go out on his shield. But then you also, you get torn now. Do I let my fighter take a lot of unnecessary damage when I know there's nothing he could do to make this fight even? Or do I allow my fighter to at least make it all 12 rounds for his pride and his confidence? But I'm telling you, it wasn't going to get any better. Because Errol does not have the Deontay Wilder type equalizer to get Bud off of him. You see what I'm saying? Errol could not stand in a pocket like he does against other opponents because Terence is quick. He's snapping, whizzing punches that was hurting Errol. And Errol could not see them coming. He's too slow to block, too slow to guard from the heavy punches. And it wasn't nothing he could do. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, that's my dog. It hurt me watching my boy get destroyed like that. But all credit goes to Terence Crawford, man. That was Mayweather. That was a Floyd Mayweather type performance. He is of Floyd Mayweather's ilk, without question. He is a Floyd Mayweather's ilk. It was a Floyd Mayweather, Arturo Gatti. Errol's face was looking like Arturo Gatti. You know what I'm saying? I think he put up a better fight than Arturo. I feel like he did because I promise y'all, I really don't remember one significant punch that Arturo Gatti landed. Now, we ain't going to remember the punches that Errol landed because Terence is just that dominant. But I saw some punches some significant punches earlier in the fight. Errol was trying to go to the body, go upstairs, hit him with shots. I don't remember one punch Arturo Gatti landed in that fight. So that's why I said it reminded me of the Diego Corrales fight. Like again, Diego went down 5 times, and the fight was stopped. His fight was stopped by the corner. Errol's fight was stopped by the referee. Because he knew Errol was in trouble. He got hit with like 5-6 shots in a row, and Errol was just trying to stay upright, and trying to just stay out of the way of more punches. But they were going to keep coming because Errol was too hurt to even really defend himself properly, and he couldn't see them punches coming. So Errol's never going to be able to beat Terence Crawford unless Terence Crawford just ages out and slows up tremendously. I just think Terence is that type of generational talent that it's never going to matter. The hand speed and shit is not going to matter at that point. You know what I mean? It's not going to make a difference. Not the hand speed is going to matter. What I'm saying is that a different game plan is not going to matter. I'm sorry. It's late at night and shit, early in the morning. A different game plan not going to matter. As long as that hand speed is that different, Errol cannot sense those punches coming at him. He can't even sense it to try to block it and hold the phone. Terence shit is snapping like that. It's going to be the same thing. Even at 54 pounds, it's going to be the same exact fight. He has Errol Spence's number. So yeah, man, it reminds me of the Diego Corrales fight. Diego was the favorite. Terence was the favorite in this fight. Slight favorite. But Diego was the favorite in his fight. But either way, it was that type of world-class beating. Errol's face looks worse than Diego's did, though. I think. Yeah, it did. It did. Because Errol had this busted, bleeding from here, bleeding from the mouth. His face was looking like Arturo Gatti's. But I feel like he landed more shots than Arturo. Because I really don't remember a shot that Arturo really landed. But this was one of those type of beatings. For real. This is one of them type of beatings that you'd be like, all right, sit down. And they can, because again, Errol probably going to try to make him trigger the rematch. He's going to make him want to trigger it. But I think Al Heyman and them say, no, we need some big money fights. Nobody's going to want to pay to see that again, Errol. Because it wasn't competitive enough. And you know what? And it's the crazy thing about it, because Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury was not competitive either. But the thing that made the difference was everybody knew Deontay Wilder he is capable of landing a punch that can change the outcome of a fight. Errol Spence is not a single punch, like a one punch knockout artist. That's not him. So at that point, I don't see them want to make that fight. They're gonna put Errol at 54, and then depending on how Canelo Alvarez look against Jermell Charlo, they might still try to go for the Canelo and Errol fight, but we shall see. I don't know. Right now, Terence Crawford is looking unbeatable. Terence will beat everybody at 54. 60 we gotta see, but shit, that skill set I think can translate across multiple weight classes. You already seen him do it across 35, 40, 47. He could do it at 54. I don't know if he want to go up to no 160. I'm not sure. But I think he could beat everybody at 54, including Errol again. Errol, I think, like again, I see him going to 54. I see him fighting Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, if Jermell don't take that, he'll fight Tim Tszyu or fight like Erickson Lubin to come back off of. I think he'll do one of them fights. Or maybe a Danny Garcia rematch, something like that. But yeah, I don't see him being able to contend. I don't see him being able to contend with Bud. I think Errol can beat everybody at 54, including Jermell Charlo. I think Errol's a better fighter than Jermell, truthfully. And that's why I think Terence would beat Jermell easily. Especially because there's a lot of hostility there. Terence fought the best fight I've seen him fight. And he looked better tonight than he did against Jeff Horn, and not because Jeff is better than Errol. I just think the animus that Terence had in him, you know what I'm saying? People, including me, I'm going to be real. I said he didn't fight the better competition. I said that I was not wild at him stopping Jeff Horn or none of them, because I felt like Errol could stop them dudes too. Although Errol did not stop Mikey Garcia, I just felt like Errol would have beat them dudes too. Now I think he wanted to show the world that he is as great as he said he is, and that's why he went with that type of vigor to have that type of performance. I think he'll be that motivated to do the same thing against Jermell Charlo because he really Errol Terence has a lot of respect for Errol. I don't think he really respects Jermell like that, and I think it'd be even worse. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.